What is up, family? What is up, family? Welcome to another episode of the Manhood Mentor Show. I'm your host, Jabbar Lance Brown, and the title of today's lesson is considered Steps to Starting Investing in Real Estate with Little to No Money. Hello! Look, how y'all doing, family? I'm super excited, man. Very excited to come to you guys with another episode of the Manhood Mentor Show, where we instill leadership and empowerment principles back into the men, especially the women and the children as well. For all who want to tune in and follow the mission and support the movement, we ask that you like, share, and subscribe to the program, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you get all updates and alerts when the new episodes are getting ready to drop. And how y'all been feeling, man, since the last time we kicked it, right? I'm sure it's been some positive experiences in your life from the last time since y'all tuned in with us, and a positive outlook on where you're going at in your future and in your career from the information that we've been laying on you. The last episode where we were talking about AI and software as a service, giving you more insight and foresight into how you can use artificial intelligence into your business, into your daily actions and activities, with hopes that you can get some of your time back. We just trying to bring you guys more information and more tools that you can use so that you can move forward in the game of life much better, much more efficiently, and much faster, right? Now, this show is near and dear to me. When we got a real estate show that we do once a week, I get even more excited because real estate has been good to me, and I want you guys to now learn how to use real estate to be more beneficial for you now in the present and to help set you up for the future, right? As we know, our country is in shambles. The United States of America, the economy is in the tank, is in the dumps, and I'm not saying that to discourage you or to scare you or to take away any joy or satisfaction that you may have been experiencing thus far. I'm saying that because I want you guys to understand how important it is and how critical it is for you now to broaden your mind, get some new information in your life, connect with some new people, connect with some people who are moving in the direction that you want to move in, and stop thinking, right? Stop thinking and start doing. I'm not telling you to move blindlessly and without a plan and without an outcome. No, without an expected outcome. No, what I'm telling you to do is stop sitting on the sideline thinking, scrolling online, commenting, scrolling online, posting, scrolling online, taking pictures and doing all of these frivolous things with your phone and with your free time when you should be positioning yourself for the future. See, what I understand is this, right? Some people, not everybody, but some people know what to do, but then they don't do what they know what to do. And the reason being is because of self-doubt. So hopefully the more you see these episodes, it will begin to alleviate and extract that self-doubt from you and give you the courage and the confidence that you need, because now we provide you with more information and more tools so that you can make a better decision, right? So look, man, when we talk about real estate, I know a lot of people, they get a little uncomfortable, right? They start to feel like, well, damn, man, I always wanted to invest in real estate, but I really don't know how. Right? I don't know where to start at. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know what questions to ask. I don't know if I would even qualify for a loan. I wouldn't know what kind of property to look for. I wouldn't know anything. Now look, in a real estate transaction, it's a number of different moving parts, right? And don't concern yourself with every single part, needing to know every single part before you get started. The first part is qualification, right? Because unless you got cash money, you need to be able to qualify for a loan in order to get the property. So you always focus on qualification first, and the first step to getting qualified is having cash flow, having income, right? Like the minister said, right? When your outgo exceeds your income, then your upkeep will be your downfall. Hello, see, this is why it's important for you to have a job, right? Keep your job, man. Y'all know my story, worked for DC government for 14 years, had an excellent career, did a number of great things while I was at DC government. And I used that job, that income stability, that work history to now qualify for multiple real estate loans. That's how I started buying my real estate, right? And I recommend that you guys do the same thing, right? I love the working class, okay? I love the working man and woman. People who understand the importance of working for what you want, doing things the right way, and using the time that you're spending on this job to your benefit, and you're not there wasting time. So look, guys, as y'all know, make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe to the Manhood Mentor on all social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them, right? share it out to some people who you know need the information. If you can, set up a burner account, and like the program again so we can get the followers up, man, because the more we build the channel out, the more we can give you guys a deeper level of insight and more tools and more downloadable content that'll help you move forward into different aspects of what the programming is about, right? So look, y'all know Instagram been cutting us short. We've been cutting like 45-minute, hour-long programs. Instagram been cutting us short. By the time we upload it back to the Instagram platform, they've been cutting it down to 15 minutes now. You know, if anybody know the reason why they doing that, shoot us a DM so that we can alleviate that. We can work around that and continue to get you guys the full lesson. But make sure that y'all tapping in on YouTube and on Facebook for sure, because you can get the full lesson outside of the 15 minutes that Instagram been capping us so far. But nonetheless, let's jump right into it, right? So look, Jabbar, how do you invest in real estate with little to no money? How do you do that, man? Right? You said it, I believe you, because you say what you mean and you mean what you say. So if you say you can invest in real estate with little to no money, that means you, right? That means you. I'm telling you, you can invest in real estate with little to no money. You need a job though. You need a job, or you need some type of steady income coming in to make this little to no money strategy work. So look, without further ado, let's jump right into the presentation, right? So boom. The way that you invest in real estate with little to no money is called seller financing, okay? Seller financing. Now, this is when the buyer and seller agree to terms with one another directly related to the sale price, the interest rate, the down payment, and the repayment period. Let me repeat that again for you, family. The way that you begin to buy real estate with little to no money down is through a strategy called seller financing. This is when you or me, we get financing for the property from the seller instead of us having to go to the bank. Right? This is an alternative method. The strategy works like this. This is when the seller and the buyer enter into agreement with one another directly related to the sale price, interest rate, down payment, and the repayment period. See, some people scared of the bank. Some people terrified of the bank. You would talk to your homegirl on the phone, you would talk to your honey bunny, you would talk to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your niece, your nephew, your aunt, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, your godson, your goddaughter. You would talk to everybody in the world on the phone all day, but when it's time to call the bank, your nuts get tight. When it's time to call the bank, man, you get the Big John legs, man, and your legs lock up on you like this here, and you trying to move, but you can't move. I don't know why some people is scared of the bank. Look, don't be scared of the bank. The bank needs you just as much as you need it. If you're not transacting with the bank, how you think the bank gonna stay the bank? How do you think the bank is gonna stay in business if you're not transacting with them? The bank sell you money. The bank, basically, the product that the bank got is money. Right? When you go into a business, a store, a car dealership, wherever you go at, they got product, okay? If you go into a car dealership, the product is the car. If you go into a clothing store, the product is the clothes. If you go into a convenience store, the products are the cigarettes, the tater chip, donut, the cookies, cakes, ice cream, all that stuff is the product. What is the product in the bank? The product is the money. The bank basically selling you money, and when you buy the money from the bank, you pay a little more interest on it. That's just a loose example. Right? This is how the bank make their money off of interest. So call the bank, man. Right? Don't be scared of the bank. If you got to get some questions answered, you call the bank and talk to the bank. But for the sake of the example, we're talking about seller financing, right? Now, whenever you decide that you want to get you a property, it's a myth that we got to undo. Right? A lot of people think that you need large capital, meaning a big bag of money already sitting around somewhere, right? That's a common misconception, right? The reality check is this: you don't need a whole lot of money sitting around nowhere. All you need to have, for one, is a vision for yourself, a vision for your future, right? If you feel like this is your season and this is the reason for the season that you work. See, I'm a proponent of getting something out the deal, right? Because you go to work and you get a paycheck, when they say fair exchange, no robbery, I mean, technically, the job is getting a little bit more from you than you get from them. Why? Because you on their time. Yeah, they paying you for your time, but you on their time, meaning while you there, you gotta do what they tell you to do. I'm just the messenger, fam. Yeah, man, I'm getting money, man. I'm about to go on today, man. I'm about to do 12 hours, right? That's 12 hours that you can't do what you want to do. Well, yeah, man, I do whatever I want. You do whatever you want in the confines of the job. You can't not show up today and still get paid. Now don't say, I know you probably gonna take leave, but you know the point of, you can't go to the job and then set your own schedule, leave and come and go as you please, delegate, dictate, handle people however you want, eat, sleep, and not have no reprimand for that. You can't do that, right? So in hindsight, the job is really getting the better end of the deal, but the way that you get something out of the deal is you say, well, look, man, I'm gonna go in here for now, but when I save up enough bread, now I'm gonna get my bread to work for me, and now I'm gonna start to invest. And now I'm gonna put them hours that I'm using on the job and the money that I'm getting, now I'm gonna magnify and multiply that, so I end up on the top side of this exchange. This is how we gotta start thinking, family, because with the way that the economy is no guarantee that the economy is gonna get better. Hello, but one thing we do know is this: you gonna always need somewhere to stay. Somebody, somewhere is gonna always need somewhere to stay. And see, this is a part of addressing them fears, right? Well, what if this don't work? With Jabbar, what if it don't work? Okay? This is some of the common fears that people got, right? Right? One. Okay? What if it don't work? Okay? What if it don't work, man? What if what don't work? What? What if you don't find the house that you want? Well, y'all know on the last episode we talked about investing in multifamily property. Hello, well, what if I don't find a multifamily property that I want? As long as you don't quit, you're gonna win, right? See, it's all on your perspective. It always works as long as you keep working it. The only way it don't work is if you don't work it, right? What's another fear that most people have? Money, okay? Man, well, what if the property end up costing too much, Jabbar? Well, the property not gonna cost more than what you can afford because they only gonna approve you for what you can afford. And even with seller financing, which is a much more personal exchange, this is when you probably go online, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you go to the classified ads, Zillow, Trulia, we know all of the popular sites that house real estate. Whatever site you go to, this is when you now identify somebody who may be selling the house directly and not using an agent. So now you got an opportunity to build a more personal rapport, so they may end up being more lenient with you, right? See, it's all on your perspective, right? The main thing in addressing your fears is to stay positive, right? Right? No matter what, you gotta stay positive in all things if it's gonna work out for you, right? Don't let the fear overcome you. Nah, you overcome the fear. See, having courage is not the absence of fear. Having courage is having fear and still moving forward with your plan anyway. Leveraging other people's money. What does this mean, Jabbar? Private lenders, right? Sometimes when you call a bank and you ask the bank what the criteria is, the criteria may be out of arm's reach for you. Hello, see, your arm might be a little too short on this deal right here for the criteria from the bank, but this is when you deal with a private lender. Now, you might say another fear is, I don't know private lenders, right? Right? You might say, where's your bar? I don't know any private lenders, right? Now, give y'all a little secret, right? Anybody, not meaning personally, even though we do know that we all are connected personally through the internet. Any celebrity, any business owner, any person you ever want to meet in your life, they on the internet in some way. And do that mean that you can get in contact with them directly? You can get in contact with somebody from their team, and if you're really adamant about doing it, you will be in their inbox or on their line every day. You will look up their schedule online and look up their calendar online and fly to their city where you can meet them at if you really wanted to meet them. So there's no limit. Shout out to Pete. Ain't no limits on yourself for the ones that you put on yourself. So when it comes to meeting private lenders, even if you say that you don't know any private lenders, how would you meet a private lender? You would go right online the same way you would if you wanted to meet a celebrity. Hello. Oh yes, we gonna get down to business, family, because we gotta start getting some money together, man. Right? And I want to expand your mind so that you now stop talking yourself down and stop keeping yourself in the baby pool. Now it's time to come over here with the big boys and start swimming with the whales. Yeah, see, we don't have no more time to waste. Time moving on without us. And especially if you got a job and you've been on your job for 10, 15, 20 years, listen, all you need is 2 years worth of work if you need to get a house. 2 years worth of work history to get you a multifamily property. So shame on you if you've been on the job for more than 2 years and you don't have at least one property right now. Shame on you, your kids, your grandkids, your future grandkids should take you in the back and give you a spanking. They should take you in the back and give you a spanking because you've been loafing. If you want to get in contact with anybody, you go online, period. You go to these Facebook groups the same way you be tagging and sharing other information for people who ain't helping you. You go to these Facebook groups, you reach out to private lenders, you go to the different finance pages that they got on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? You go to the marketplace online. You can go anywhere using this internet from the palm of your hand to find out what you want to find out, or you go to the local meetup groups in your city. Partnerships, right? This is when you collaborate with experienced real estate professionals. Reach out to one of the most popular real estate brokerages in your city. Get in contact with an agent. Let the agent know what it is that you're trying to do. And now this agent may be in the market for you guys to work together and give you some additional assistance. And the banks, we already talked about the banks, right? All we doing right now, family, is trying to get you in the mentality of investing into real estate with little or no money down. Right? And look, make sure that y'all sharing the program out to anybody who you know needs this information. Okay? This is the basics of getting started in real estate. Nah, you're not gonna start off like the biggest real estate investor in the world. Nor do you need to. Right? Everything starts with one. Before you start running, you gotta take one step. Before you start running, you gotta take one step, right? Yeah, they say the journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first one. So now, this is another strategy to help you invest into real estate with little or no money down. It's called wholesaling, okay? Wholesaling. Now, what is wholesaling, family? Wholesaling is when you find a property, and when you find that property, now you put a contract on it, okay? When you put the contract on the property, now this gives you the reserve right in a certain amount of time to now come back with the remaining amount of the money to buy the property. Okay? Now, in between time of the reserve amount of time, it's your job to now go and find someone else, a potential buyer, who you can assign that contract to. So you are basically the middleman. You don't have any intentions on maybe buying the property full on, flat out, but you got in position first. So you basically reserving the rights to buy. You're not going to buy. When you reserve the rights, now you find somebody else who might be interested in it, and you put your little percentage in between that, assign the contract over to the person who's going to take it all the way to the end zone, and you hand the ball off to them, right? Now, this is when you get paid at the end of all that, but you don't get paid before that, all right? So now, this is what happens when you wholesale. So when you're talking about tapping into seller financing, right? When the owner finances the sale, this in essence puts you at a better advantage. Why? Because you don't have to deal with the bank, okay? And anytime you don't have to deal with the bank, you're in a better position because the bank don't have no feelings. Right? The bank don't have no love for you. The bank don't care about you like that. The bank don't have no feelings. They don't have no vested interest in you personally. But if you do decide to move toward a seller financing deal, it's a better chance for you to make a connection with the seller, right? If you're a mother, meaning a woman, and then the seller is a woman, now y'all may be able to connect on that level, right? If you're a firefighter, a fireman, and he a fireman, and you go do seller financing with this guy, it's a chance y'all may be able to connect. He may be in the same fraternity as you. His wife may be in the same sorority that your wife in. His son, his daughter may go to the same school your son, your daughter go to. So it's a chance that y'all can build a better rapport and a deeper connection to help facilitate that deal much faster, right? And when you paying this owner directly, you may even get more cachet and more leeway with the payments. You may even get a better deal on the monthly payments being lower. Because it's a seller finance deal, you got a better chance that the human connection will work to your benefit. Now, rent to own strategies, okay? What is a rent to own strategy? All right? One of the rent to own strategies is considered a lease option. All right? What's a lease option, Jabbar? Okay, a lease option is when you or me okay? We may not be in the best financial position at the time to actually buy the house, to get qualified for the home loan, and or to even have the down payment or the closing costs. What we'll do is we'll find a seller, okay, who wants to sell the house maybe, but they got it up for lease or for rent right now. So when we go and talk to them about leasing or renting a house, that's when we would now use that human connection that we talked about. And you would say, well, look, I'm interested in leasing a house. In the next year or two, me and my wife, we may be ready to buy. This gives the owner or the seller or the leaseor an opportunity to now say, man, well, if you want to buy the house in the next year or two, we can revisit that. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. And this is when y'all would now draft up the contract at the end of your lease term. Now you have the option to move into a purchase agreement. But the best part for you is the whole time that you leasing the house, you already in position. Hello, see, you already in position. So in a year when if you wasn't already renting it, you would have to now scratch and grind like pulling straws and first come, first serve to get that house. But if you already in it, you got first right of refusal to the house because you under a lease option, right? Right? And it could generate cash flow as well because while you leasing it, now, while you leasing it from the owner with the option to buy, let's say you got a 3 or 4 bedroom with a basement, now you potentially can generate cash flow for yourself, right? Right? You got potential cash flow for yourself, right? See that? Now, if you manifest that play, that's a good play to manifest because you leasing it, and then if you rent the basement out for maybe half of what you leasing it for, now you basically got a whole house and half what you leasing it for from my man who you gonna come back to next year and buy from him, and the money that you getting from the lease when you rent out, from the basement when you rent out the basement, you put that over here in the dip, and now you got a whole house saving fund that's being paid for by your tenant, even though the owner is renting you like you his tenant. Hello, look, I've been blessing y'all with the game too. I've been blessing y'all with the game. That's a whole play that you can run right there off the top and see future ownership. You already in play to be owning the property anyway. So look, y'all, make sure that y'all liking the program because it's gonna get the algorithm kicking in our favor, right? Make sure that y'all sharing the program out to other people who need to hear what we're talking about. Make sure that you play this more than one time because if the information is new to you, you might not be comfortable to remember everything because it's different terminology and different concepts that's unfamiliar, but you still gotta get this stuff programmed in your mind and in your psyche and in your subconscious. See, we gotta go out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old way of doing stuff, in with the new. Out with the old language, in with the new. We gotta do it, family, right? House hacking for profit, that's what we just talked about, right? While you living in there, we just talked about you renting it out and you potentially covering some of the costs that you gonna have to come up with at the end of the lease term when it's time for you to buy the property. Now, getting into real estate with little or no money down is much more simple than what you thought. I know it is. I know you got some ideas going through your head right now, and that's a great thing, and that's why we're doing the program. You gotta choose your strategy, okay? If you choose wholesale is for quick returns. This is when you the middleman. This is when you find the property, you put the property under contract. You know you're not gonna buy the property. You put it under contract with your buyer. Don't I get penalized if I put it on the property, if I put it on the contract and I won't buy? Not if you write that into the contract. Okay? Some people require you to put a little earnest money down. You might have to put $300, $400, $500 down, but when you do that, you stretch out your term, so it gives you more than enough time for you to now assign the contract over without you having to lose your money. And I'm gonna give y'all another little hack too. If you get into a wholesale deal, all you gotta do is go to these meetup groups in your city or your state and shop that wholesale deal around to other people at these meetup groups, and you're gonna most likely get that property off wholesale deal and you get your money in between. House hacking, we talked about that, renting out a portion of the house. While you renting it, you rent out another portion to cover some of your costs, other people money. This is when you now go to a hard money lender. You may even got to borrow money from your sister, from your aunt, your grandmother, your uncle. You know, some of the people who in your family, they've been lifetime workers. They haven't taken any chances. They haven't allowed any new information to come into their lives. You know, they kind of on the slow on the slow bus, the way they getting their money. And look, ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Listen, slow money is slow money, but it's show money, right? Yeah, even though slow money, it's still show money. It's coming in for show, and we need people like that too, because some of us who take chances, we might make a mistake or two and lose couple dollars, man. Right? And we need a little help, man, to get back stimulated and get back going, but they know we good for it because our credit good, and the plays that we've been calling, we've been scoring touchdowns on them. And then seller financing, that's when you find somebody who want to sell the property, and instead of you going to the bank, you negotiate a deal directly with the seller because they really want to get out of the property, and they would much rather deal with a person who they got a better rapport with, so that could work out for both parties involved, right? And look, family, we got about 10 more minutes. We're going to wrap it up because we want to get the full lesson up on Instagram and all the social media platforms. Sometimes they cut it short. So we're going to wrap this up in about another 5 or 10 minutes now. Real estate success within reach. You got to get started today, right? You got to get started today, right? Get started today. You got to get started today, fam. The reason that it's so important to get started today is because a real estate transaction is about 8 or 9 steps. I'm just saying right off the top of my head, right? You got to find the property. You got to get qualified for the property. Then you got to make contact. Then you got to go see the property. Then you got to put a contract on the property. Then you got to get the property inspected, huh? All of this is why you still making sure that you staying in compliance and you working to save your money, and you got to have a certain minimum balance in your accounts. You got to put the earnest money down. It's so much that goes into a real estate deal. And I'm not saying this to intimidate you or anything. I'm saying this to help you to move with more urgency so that you can start the process as soon as possible. Choose your strategy, choose which method that's more fitting for your goals, and take action. Meaning, once you make your choice, don't sit right there and think and keep thinking and drinking and hyping yourself up like, yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Nah, tomorrow is today from yesterday. Hello, tomorrow is today from yesterday. That means yesterday you talked about tomorrow, which ended up being today, which means whatever you're thinking about today, you should go ahead on and do it today, right? So look, y'all, we invite you to join our community, right? The Manhood Mentor Agency. Click that link in our bio, shoot us a DM or send us an email about getting on the waiting list. We're gonna have over 20 courses inside of this agency. And all of the courses inside of this agency is designed to help you establish your foundation for yourself and have all the tools you need to progress successfully through your process in manhood, right? Join the waiting list for sure, get priority access, and that way the information that we're giving to you, you can use that to start investing. So look, scan that QR code right there, put your information in, and welcome to the family. So look, y'all, that's been our time for today, right? We always have a good time when we get time to come fellowship with the family. This episode has been our real estate episode, where we're showing you how to invest in real estate with little to no money down. Right? We made it super simple for you. Go back and watch the episode more than once, right? Don't delay, don't sit on your hands. Don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much, right? If you've seen this episode for the first time, make sure you watch it again, take your notes, and take action, right? And look, consider us a resource too. So if you got any questions that you need to get clarified or answered, shoot us a line, and we'll follow up and get back with you. But whatever you do, don't second guess yourself and talk yourself out of it, all right? So look, I'm the one who tell you get your mind right, then I tell you get your grind right, then I tell you that you can get your shine right. Until the next time, all right? Peace and love. Hello.